Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Fremantle right now and on board Route 160, which is definitely one of the longest routes in Trans-Perth network. So it is the longest route. Now I'm actually trying to also film at the front this time. I really hope I can do that because this is a gas bus. So, and there are not a lot of people on board, so that's why I'm trying to talk very softly into the mic here. The driver is very close to me, so that's why I try not to actually talk too loud. So on board Fremantle to East Perth WACA ground 160, which is one of the top 10 longest routes of Trans-Perth network. Technically, actually, actually it's the top 5 longest routes, because it takes, according to the app, including red lights and time stop, this route takes 1 hour and 25 minutes to get to East Perth. Yes, you're not mistaken. According to the app, 220 already take 1 hour and 15 minutes. This thing takes even longer than that. So that's why I'm going to try to cut out as many red lights as possible. And we're going to go through 2 deviations for this route, which is actually the normal service during the middle of the day. So there are actually 2 types of deviation. One is actually via both deviations, and the other one is actually only via the reserve deviation, which is actually loop around the park. He forgot about this, I should stop here. So we're gonna go through both of the deviations today, which will be via a elderly residential aged care home, and also the reserve, which is the park. So I'm gonna show you the app here. I need to type in 160, I just typed in 16. So this is the service I'm on, to 1059 service. Here we are over there, and you can see over here. Here is where the deviations are. They're both the deviations right there. One is right there with this rectangle loop, which is right there, and the other one is this dumb loop looping around the park. Yes. So that's the both deviations, which is complete, which is not like completely pointless, but that looping around the park one is actually pretty useless. So we're gonna go through both of the deviations, and we'll pass through a lot of places. So look at the description for all of the details. Let's do it. I'm not gonna talk too loud, so I'm gonna enjoy the journey. Unfortunate is that when I was actually waiting for a bus at Fremantle, I was looking around and checking on all of the buses and making sure that nothing is coming is very weird and stupid. And I saw mostly 32s and also the 33s and some bendies, and of course at the last moment this gas bus come in from some of the side tracks at the front where they park the buses for Transdev Fremantle base. They park the buses at the front, and then this guy just drives in like last minute, which is very normal and very common for 160 to use gas buses. So we're just gonna drag this route even longer for this journey. Another stop. Oh, we got the cat coming over. We got a cat bus coming up at the top of the hill, which I don't know why is up there. Is it 000? Yeah, this is 000. Okay. Oh my gosh, if this guy's driving like, oh my gosh, I gotta okay, talk a little softer here. If this guy drives with this speed, this is gonna be ridiculous. Wow, that sign still have an old route on there that's no longer existing. 140. Okay, you got 116. Also by Transdev here by this cat. And here's 915 coming back from Bull Creek to Fremantle Station. We're gonna turn right here. Now, the reason why I'm actually starting to try have some videos actually filming at the front is because, you know, last time when I tried to do it, it actually kind of worked out for the 574 video. So I just let's just try to do another video at the front, and we'll do it with the 160, which is a long route. So that's why you can also see all of the spots with the deviations. Now, Mark also told me that he's gonna do this oddity video for these 2 deviations on the 160. But now actually for this video, I'm filming it at the front, so that's why he probably, I don't know whether he wants to film it again, but he can also just take my clips. I don't mind he taking my clip because he said he's gonna film this very later. So I don't mind he actually like video record my video, like screen record my video and just take my clips. I don't mind. Then he doesn't need to actually sit on the bus and film the journey. So, because I'm filming the journey at the front anyways for him, so which this is not very clear, but it's just me and this is not the video. Now, unfortunately, is that because I'm actually taking the full journey next to the driver. Hopefully he doesn't ask me why I'm taking this route to go to East Perth. It's like the dumbest idea. Just take 910. Now this is actually the longer and non-rush hour version of the 111, which is the 111 is basically traveling along St. George's Terrace, get to Elizabeth Quay, and run Kwinana Freeway up to Canning Bridge, and then 910 path all the way to Fremantle. That's a rush hour version, which I filmed last year. And that's actually one of the videos that actually got a lot of Perth viewers to enter my channel since that point, including Mark. Saw my 111 video, and then that's where he came into my channel. And the 111 will have the exact same terminis with the 160. We're also going to WACA ground, which is actually where the 111 terminates, next to the road. And but this is actually operating full day, 1 hour per bus. Turn left. We're just like looping the most narrowest of hallways to get to the spot. We will pass through Canning Bridge Station and we'll run down the highways to run down the freeway. I will definitely start to cut a lot of things out if I actually need to. We will pass through Burggrund bus station as well. Now let's see how hard this route is to drive. Because the 111 and the 910 that runs through the Canning Highway, is like the easiest one to drive because there's no turns. But this one, oh my gosh, there's so many turns already. Now with the 574 video that I filmed at the front, my thing is actually with the headphone actually producing a lot of noise and like some of these scratching noises that actually hit my shirt. So I tried to actually not do that this time. Sorry about the sounds if they comes in. I tried to actually take off my shirt. Oops. Yep. I tried to actually open the zip, unzip my coat, and try not to actually have my headphone touching my coat. It's not going to have scratching noises. Okay, this is also where the 999 and the circular route actually passes through here. hopefully he'll drive fast here. And this, I need to actually also time it with the deviation part. So I try. It's still ways away, I know, but I'm just trying to time it well later on when it comes to the deviation spot. Then I can tell you. I'm also gonna leave actually chapters at the bottom to actually guide you whether you just want to watch deviations. Then you can just actually check out that spot. And of course, if you want to watch the full route, of course I appreciate it. Southeast Perth departing. Not departing. Okay, we're very close to the spot where the deviation is. I'll have my phone up. Ready to go. 160 here on board. My hands are sweaty again, so that's why hopefully I might need to wipe my hands. I did brought a towel out, so that's why I'm not like too stressful. Okay, up the hill. Of course, you guys know with upping slopes, like going up slopes like this, gas bus is just a nightmare. Carrington Street. This is where the 114 passes through for the Carrington Street section. Red light here, we're gonna cut it out. Alright, we'll turn right here. Which there's still the stupid old sign over there. It says Route 140, which is no longer existing already. Oh my gosh, this is the turn right spot? I thought this is actually like a barricade. Apparently it's not. That you can actually turn here. Wow. This is actually a troll spot to turn. Yeah, that's pretty troll. Well, this is a pointless loop actually. Later on I'm actually going to loop back to the main road. Not really pointless. We actually need to pass through the elderly home deviation, which I think there will be actually people getting off because there are actually elderly on board. Now this is a gas bus, so that's why the seats are pretty good at the front here. That's one of the only good things I like about the gas buses is the front seat are soft and fluffy. Okay, someone's getting off next stop. This is actually my first time taking 160, so that's why. Like sometimes I can just take this route to go back to Canning Bridge, but the thing is, if I take this one, it's gonna take like over an hour to get to Canning Bridge. While if I just take 910, I just took 910 over, of course, and it took me 25 minutes.
Thank you, Jordan.
Because when no one bored, taking 910 is like the best way to do this, you know? To go from Canning Bridge to Fremantle. Now, actually there was a 148 came before the 910, but I denied that because no point, 910 is always faster, so. And actually technically the 148 actually arrived following the 160, actually this bus. It literally followed. So I said technically if I take the 148 I will be fine. But I will be very close to Comfort to catch this bus. So. Someone is actually getting off after the turn. I really actually needs to wipe my hands. This is really annoying. Oh, this is so sweaty. Alright, here we go, ready for the deviation. First deviation upcoming after the turn into the main road. First deviation via... what's the name? Damn it, I don't know the name. Come on. Allambi Homes, which is the residential aged care. So let's go through that. Oh, here we go. Allambi Housing, Allambi Homes. Let's do it. Okay, let's combine with the main road first. Here's the combining with the main road at Hilton. Just turn right away, and one more stop before the deviation. Yeah, Mark, you can feel free to use this clip. I'm actually gonna shut up. I'm not gonna talk anything that you can actually, no need to edit and cut out my voice if you don't want it. So, we're not at the deviation yet, so I'm gonna shut up from here. We're gonna go through the deviation now. Next corner, turn in deviation. And there is the main road stop for the 160 that doesn't deviate, which actually they don't have that in service for most of the time, really. Basically only in the early in the morning and way at night. That's it for that deviation. Now we're back to normal. But very soon we have the second deviation coming up, which is a deviation that will always run for every single deviation trips. So that Allambi Homes one will be actually neglected for quite a few of them. Actually, yeah, I kind of forgot about that now. So basically, like starting midday, like around 3 to 4 o'clock, buses will actually stop at that the main path stop over there that you guys just saw. And turning right again. Alright, next deviation is the dumbest deviation because we're gonna literally loop around the park. Just like the 584 did before, but now no longer does it. We're gonna talk for now. We're gonna talk until we head up there. Wiping my hands here just to actually prevent sweat. My hands are so sweaty today. Okay, there goes that one dumb deviation. The path doesn't even actually fit in for two. The path doesn't even have two ways. It's like more like a one-way route, one-way road. Oh my gosh. What are these turns? What are these turns, man, for this route? Wow, these turns are so miserable. No wonder this route takes so long to get out. It basically loops everywhere. Yes, I don't really why I actually understand why this route's so long according to the app. Now, according to the app, it actually stopped at Elizabeth Quay bus station for like 8 minutes, which for sure I'm gonna cut that out, which is ridiculous. No other non-terminating routes actually stop at Elizabeth Quay for that long. Even 950 doesn't stop that long. Now, of course, Transdev has like almost all of the gas buses by Perth, like literally almost all of them. So that's why a lot of the routes here will be using gas buses. Like sometime for this route, they will use good buses. Like yesterday, I saw good bus on this route. And also sometimes they will use bandy buses, which is actually very stupid. Alright, we'll go straight up and ready for the next deviation, which is the last deviation for the trip, and then all of the whole route until East Perth will be normal. And of course, because it's gas bus, so slow as hell going up the slopes. Okay, another red light here, we're gonna cut this out if it doesn't turn green right away. Anyone? Nope. Skip. Usually not a lot of people will board, so that's why if the driver drives faster, then they can get there faster. Alright, ready for this stupid deviation where it loops around the park. And the funny thing is, it's just loop around the park and a reserve. But there are 2 stops. There are 2 stops in this deviation, which is actually on either side of the park. Are you serious? It's on either side of the park, and there are 1 stop on each side. Up here's 2038, 160 here, which also doing the deviations. Alright, here we go. Ready for deviation? Which there are basically no normal service in the middle of the day. We'll be actually ignoring the deviations, which basically is looping around this. Basically is looping around this thing. Here we go, ready for the loop here. We're basically just looping around this thing here. Here we go. We're basically looping around this oval. And we're done with the deviation. Finish the loop around Weber Reserve, and here's the other stop right there. And now we continue our journey. We'll first go through Mayari and we go to Burukun bus station. was 30 minutes in. Oh my gosh, my towel dropped onto the floor. No, no. Damn it. Sorry about that, guys. My towel dropped onto the floor. So, sorry about that. That's okay. We'll continue our way up to Maori here. Hopefully I don't bump into my friend, because she's working in Maori. But I think it's during semester break. I don't know whether she's working. She's gonna go back to Malaysia, so that's fine. My nose also suddenly stopped bleeding. Damn it. That's, oh my gosh. Wow, this route is also miserable to drive. What the hell? Stop here. More people. Oh, this time we got the ram. We might actually cut it out. Nah, you're not screwed. That's right.
Last bus didn't come this way.
It didn't?
No, it turned off there and I waited and so I rang the office and
What
told
did they say? Okay, you
they
didn't
said
recognise.
they didn't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm glad you came.
Yeah, thank you now. Thank you.
Damn.
They need to train their drivers.
Damn. According to that passenger there, according to that old lady, apparently the last bus did not come. I don't know what we did, because the last one is actually the 10 o'clock service. This is the 10:59 service. So did they actually wait for an extra hour? That would be complete bullshit if they waited an extra hour. Sorry about that. My nose is just bleeding. I don't know why. My nose has been bleeding quite a lot recently due to some dryness of the weather.
I wanted to know if there was a deviation, so I could come back. An hour doesn't make any
Especially for elderly that cannot drive in here. This is the only route that comes in here, so that's fine.
When I want to go to Spotlight, I'll go to
There are no other routes that actually come down here except the 160, so that's fine. Now weekends they do have service, it's also 1 hour per bus. But on weekends, it is all, again, also I think deviation as well, I think. Or is it no deviations on weekends? Someone will be going to Adelaide Terrace, which this route will be passing through. The path that takes for the different directions is actually a little bit different. They have changed it for both the 111 and the 160. Before, when I filmed the 111 last year, it was just traveling along St George's Terrace for both directions. But for the, Adelaide Terrace and St George's Terrace. But for now, they changed to both routes that actually doesn't do that. For the towards Fremantle direction for both 111 and 160, they take where the red cat actually takes inside at Hayes Street, I think. Yeah, it takes Hayes Street and then turns back down to St George's Terrace at a spot. But before, it just takes St George's Terrace and Adelaide Terrace, but now it takes Hayes Street instead of Adelaide Terrace. But going towards WACA ground, it will still take Adelaide Terrace. First, we need to go to Booragoon. We're still not even at Booragoon. There goes a bus there, 000. Don't know what that is, too far, can't see.
So you get off on the next stop.
What's easier?
Yeah.
Can't cross the road.
So as I promised, I'm cutting out every single red light. So here we are. I'm cutting out every red light here. Oh, this is where the circle route goes. We're still not even up where Booragoon is. Oh my goodness gracious, this is so long. It's already half an hour. But for real, this route actually needs to take 1 hour and a half, then it'll be bullshit.
Very interesting. It's about yoga.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So when you walk back or when you cross,
I crossed down.
go.
I go along.
Yeah, I used to. And I looked at my notes.
They don't drive and live.
No problem.
Sometimes they forget.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in there.
There you go. Have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we've made it back up to where the oh, here is Mayari Pharmacy. Lol. Last time I didn't even see that there's a pharmacy here, but probably that's where my friend works. I don't know, but that's where the 114 actually goes. Right back there at the main road. Now we keep going upwards and then loop back down to Booragoon bus station, which is so bad, this route. Here in Mayari. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. This route is so miserable. And I bet this guy actually needs to drive back too later on. Oh man. And also at WACA, what can the driver do at WACA? It's literally a stand in the middle of the road. There's nothing there. I'm just gonna take the red cat later on as soon as I get off. But There's literally nothing there. No toilets, just random stand in the middle of the road. So it means this guy cannot even go to the toilet for like this whole 1 hour and a half, and then cannot go to the toilet and then do another 1 hour and a half. Back. Oh my gosh. What is the spot? Where is he turning? Turn right. I can see the Swan River down there, so we're almost there at Burragoon, and we'll go back up to Canning Highway and go across Canning Bridge. And the same way through Kwinana Freeway down to Elizabeth Quay bus station. There are two routes here. 500. The 500 is a deviation that doesn't go here. It's just a random deviation, one service per day to go down each direction. Similar to the 510, but I think the 500 is actually doing something else. It is a normal route, but it's just do something else. I don't think it goes to Fremantle. I think it goes to somewhere, but I don't know where. Okay, we're almost at Burragoon here. Here we are at Burragoon here. We don't need to loop into the bus station, so no need to waste time. We're just stopping outside. Here's the west view for Burragoon, Garden City. Now, for next semester, I actually have a pharmacy placement, so that's why it will be randomly allocated by the uni, but they actually gave every single student a a preference form to fill in to give them your thoughts about where you want to go for placement. Of course, I filled in the spots as close to me, including Eastwick Park and City, and also the suburb next to uni. That's the three top choices I got, and I put in where I don't want to go is Armadale. You know why. And Midland, and all of that areas like Gosnells. Nope, no thank you. But I also said that if those top three allocations cannot be achieved, then just give me random ones that actually is close to bus stops or train stations that I don't need to walk too far. That's why the Burragoon one is actually also pretty decent to do, because here's literally Westfield, and then when I have my lunch break, I can just go to Westfield. It is not a joke placement this time. It is a full day placement, 4 day full time placement. So it's actually pretty intense, but the hours will slowly but surely increases. And where's the 160 stand? Is at the front. There's 2649 for the 114, which is by Transdev. ramps coming up. Urugun bus station. The 162 in the other direction will go in there, but outside here will just stay here.
Thank you. Thanks, have a good day.
I just cut that out because we're literally stopping way too close to the bus at the front. This is where we're gonna head back down to Applecross and Canning Bridge. almost forgot to stop. And also, I don't know what is that big bonk sound at the start.
Yeah, sure. My concession or regular?
I've got a student card.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Oh, it's my classmate from school. That's so lame.
That's okay, no worries. Thanks for that.
It's my classmate from school. Seriously? I know why she actually needs to buy a ticket, because she drives. She drives, but I don't know why she's not driving today. She's going out with her boyfriend. I saw it, and she usually drives to school. I'm not a fan of her, but I just know her, so that's why she apparently doesn't even have a smart rider. That's so stupid. Even if you drive, you should have a smart rider on hand. You know. And finally made it to Canning Bridge / Applecross. Not yet Canning Bridge, we still need to go across the bridge, return back out to Canning Highway now. Here we go. Here's all of the buses. There goes that 114 that we saw earlier on, and also the 910. I mean, the 114 is actually behind us. That's pretty funny. I expect it's going to be way faster for that 114. And we just basically go across Canning Bridge now, and pretty much very straightforward path to get out to the city. But the city is going to have traffic jam. It's going to be lunch hours, so try to skip out as many things as possible in the city. Kwinana Freeway should take around, oh my gosh, we're definitely already an hour traveling. For sure, I've also filmed around an hour. Hopefully you don't miss this red light, that's all. Oh, come on, go, please. Thank you. Some flooding over there with, I think the drain is blocked or something. My hands are so tired right now. It's not my hand, it's just my thumb is tired because it's putting all of the weight on my phone, from my phone onto my thumb. So are they boarding here? Because you know, a lot of people doesn't know about the Nasik 160. Mostly just waiting for the 910. There's 910 following, so. Alright, next is Canning Bridge Station. We're not stopping on the main road because we need to turn down to Elizabeth Quay, so that's why we're going to stop on the side stand. 160 on the other side. 1955. Sorry about that, fixing of angles. Yeah, my thumb is so sore right now. We need to be on the left lane. No, because left lane is for cars. Bus lane is in the middle here. And of course, Canning Bridge Station jam here as well. We'll cut it out. Just kidding. We don't. Green light already. 910 over there, going to Fremantle. And 101 gas bus, wow. Here's the stop for Canning Bridge Station. No one press the bell, no one get on. Don't know why he needs to stop. Literally no one actually pressed the bell. 910 is 3302, which is actually the last 32 that doesn't have a new seat. 3303, they start to put in new seats for the 33 series. And here we are. This is actually the first time actually doing this way. Down Fremantle Freeway. I did the other direction 2 times already. It's not 2 times. I did the other direction 3 times with the 111, 148, and 111, 158, and another route also. I thought I did it 3 times. Or was it just 2 times? Now I definitely did it 1 time with the 949, but it's not the same path. It doesn't go up to Cannon Bridge, but it takes the same way. Now definitely the 111 and definitely 158. So I definitely another 114. I forgot about that. So definitely 3 times. And the 4th time is the 949 that I did last time. Nice. At least he drives fast here. 100 km/h through the highway here. And this is the first time I actually run down this way. We're filming on the car. L badge here for learning. This is actually what you need to have for learning in Western countries. In Hong Kong, you can't do that. You have to have an official, trained person. You need to actually have a license to teach driving. It's not like here that whoever you are, that you actually have had a license for more than 4 years, you can actually teach someone to drive. You just need to register for an L badge and you can get ready for driving. But in Hong Kong, you can't do that. In Hong Kong, you have to have a person that is actually a registered driver trainer to actually train you. So it's different. Yes, in Hong Kong, that's why in Hong Kong, learning how to drive is very hard. It's not easy to find someone that you actually want. You either pay a lot of money to go to driving school to learn from them, or you pay a little less by finding your own driver, by finding your own teacher to teach you, which the teacher has to have a driver training license instead of just a normal license that is like having for a lot of years. You can't. In Hong Kong, you have to have an official driver training person with a license, an official license of training people to drive you, to teach driving. So it's different. So that's why I don't have my license yet. That's the thing. In Hong Kong, lining up for theory tests, for the driving theory test is 1 hour. Not 1 hour. This is 1 hour. Is just like nothing. Everyone can do it. Here is like whenever you want, you can just go ahead and register and get started with a theory test anywhere you want, anytime, anywhere. In Hong Kong, no. You have to sign up and queue for minimum 1 year. Yes. So I don't have my license yet. I came over when I was 19 years old and 20 years old when I got my first birthday here alone last year. So I'm 20 right now. But here in Hong Kong, minimum age to learn driving is 18, which is a lot of countries like that in Asia. Here is 16, but in Hong Kong is 18. So that's why when I hit 18, I'm really ready to go across to Australia, Perth here. And I need to wait for at least 1 year to get my theory test. How can I do that? I don't have enough time to wait for that crap. And after the theory test, then you can start on driving test. You cannot go on to driving a car after you take the theory test. That's the rule in Hong Kong. You cannot drive a car until you have passed the theory test. So that means you have 1 whole year waiting without actually touching a car and a wheel and a turning wheel. And after that 1 year, it's just minimum 1 year. You can wait for more than 1 year for the theory test. After you get the theory test, you need to drive like I don't know how many hours until you get to take the exam. And after you take the exam, then you can get the P badge, which overall process should take around 2 years if you want to actually get a license in Hong Kong. That's why it's miserable in Hong Kong if you want to learn driving. Made it to Elizabeth Quay here, finally. Next stop is Elizabeth Quay. I was just here yesterday with my friend, bringing him to take the ferry yesterday. I don't want to drop my towel again. $31.10 here by PAF, and a 115 1968 by Transdev here. And we have driver under training over there with 2713, so it probably is a PAF bus here. Not probably, it is a PAF bus. Okay. We're on to stand D here, which is actually the only route that actually comes from Kwinana Freeway and actually enters Zone D for this direction. And of course the E111 as well. But all the other routes will go to stand C. We got a bendy bus here for 980. 3083 by PAF, and we have 3027 B12 here by PAF for the 39, which is pretty nice. But 39 is one of the miserable routes, so it's not that great. Here's stand D1. We're gonna drop off people here, and probably gonna wait here for a long time. I don't know, but we're gonna cut out all of that waiting time. And also, I just want to say is all of the high frequencies, they have actually got. Well, apparently we don't need to wait. Now, what I want to say, damn it, I forgot. Oh yes, for literally like every single high frequency route, they have gotten bendy buses before. I definitely saw them having bendy buses running, and maybe except the 995 as well. But I want to say is 960 never get a bendy bus, like literally never. 960, like maybe just like conclude with all of the zero routes with the zero high frequency. 910 definitely have bendies. No 920. 930 definitely had bendy before. 940 definitely. 950 of course, you know. 970 yes. 980 you just saw one, and 990 I'm not so sure, but 960 I can guarantee I never see a bendy bus, which is so dumb. Why not put some bendy buses on 960? One time I saw a bendy bus driving down Kent Street, and I thought it's actually a 960, but it's actually a 657 for freaking stadium service. Oh, skip red light. Here we go. Now we just take the whole straight path all the way to where the causeway is and return into WACA ground. Which basically the city will have jamming here. There are only 2 dudes on the bus, including one is me, so there's another dude at the back. Which there will be actually still people boarding in the city because it's free transit zone. Okay, the 160 stands here. Anyone board? Nope, but we missed the light, unfortunately. Nope. But you can just stay at the stand because it's red light anyways. Two at the front, 2343. We do have stops and stands on the St. George's Terrace stand up there, so. And we do actually will have to follow the stupid 282 at the front because of bus lanes. There it goes. Need to stop. We can't cut ahead because apparently you cannot drive out of the bus lanes. Double-decker bus for the sightseeing tour. Anyone board? Not there yet. This is the stand. Anyone? Nope. Skip. And red light again. tons of buses on the other side. You're not gonna care about them. Unfortunately, I think after the shutdown, all the NH are gone. For Midland Airport, after the shutdown is gone, basically, it's no longer here anymore for the NH. I only got a chance to take one of them for 3 stops. I'm very hungry now. I need to go back and eat. I'll take the red cat to somewhere. I'll be the only one getting off at WACA ground because someone's getting off already, which is the only guy left on the bus. Here's the stop that the last guy will be getting off here. To East Perth. He stopped at the wrong stand, by the way. Got B12 and 270 all the way over there, which is so stupid that last time when I took up to High Wycombe with the 270, it was a freaking gas bus. Last time when I took it was the early morning deviation into Darling Range Sports College, which is the school of aircraft lover. Not now. He's already in uni right now for aircraft lover, which is Curtin also, so that's why I did saw him one time on the 960. But his college is an alumni of Darling Range. And then last time when I took up there with the deviation loop into Darling Range, it was a freaking gas bus with terrible front seats too. I expect actually a B12 for that service to take all of the school kids over there, but apparently it's just freaking gas bus. 270 is my path, so that's why they're just using the 1910 series gas buses, which have a worse front seats. Now the Transdev gas buses with the bad front seats, which is the 1900 series, I think they're already withdrawn. Wow, parallel parking right here. Seriously, parallel parking in the middle of the road like this? Just go ahead, run through. That's a pretty good parking though. Really good, very good parallel parking there. And just missed the light, unfortunate. No one should be boarding. This is a pointless board here for this guy, if he's actually boarding. No point, why this guy? We need to go all the way to the end of Adelaide Terrace before we actually go in. Which again in the city, two more stops on Adelaide Terrace and return into, what's that place called? Return into WACA ground. Red light first. He can just run straight to WACA ground. Technically, he doesn't even need to follow all the stops. There will be no one getting onto that stop at the front, so. No need to skip. Now 910 coming in because it's at Perth City Passport. So many 910s already made it all the way over here. What's that one? 33? No, 2978. Icon staff, of course. Got 1951 at the front going back to Fremantle. Alright, here we are at the last stop on Adelaide Terrace, and we're going to turn left instead of going to the causeway and get into WACA ground. Turning into WACA ground. First time taking this path in here, and we basically just turn left right away and we're going to the terminus. Yep, we're turn left right away here. And time to terminate. We'll do another right turn and terminating. Hill Street Terminus, and of course another light first. And just missed the red cat. Red cat is pretty frequent, so I can just take it later on. Made it to the WACA ground terminus, which is basically right here in the middle of the road. Just gonna get out. I've already tacked off my card, so. Alright, made it to here, 160 East Perth WACA ground, 1996, and hope you guys enjoyed this one. Last time we boarded the 111 at the front, so, which is already a year. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!